Why is it so hard to form good habits? Try as we may, it seems like we're always falling back into bad habits. Not eating right, not exercising, not reading that book a month that we committed to. You may be thinking, why can't I stay committed to my goals? Why do I keep falling back into the same old bad habits? These are questions that we often ask ourselves when we struggle to make meaningful change in regard to our personal growth. Today, we're going to go over the most fundamental neurological reason why we have such a hard time changing for the better. Simply put, whenever you're trying to replace an old habit with a new, better habit, you're literally rewiring your brain. This is how. Your brain is made up of neurons, and when you perform a new action, a new connection is made in the brain. In the beginning, this connection is very weak and easily broken, but over time, with repetition, that connection gets stronger and stronger. Remember, neurons that fire together wire together. Whenever we repeat a process, we form something called a habit loop. A habit loop has a cue, a routine, and a reward. The cue kicks our brain into automatic mode. The routine is our established way of getting what we want. And the reward is the prize that we get for performing the routine. Let's look at this process in regard to your diet. You have a cue. You're hungry. You have a routine. Eat junk food. You get a reward. Your hunger is satisfied, though not in a healthy way. Think of building habits as forming a rope in your brain. Every time you perform an action, you form a string. And every time you repeat an action, you weave another string around the previous string. You do this enough times, and eventually you'll have a rope. When the habit was just a string, it was pretty easy to break. But over time, as string after string has weaved together to form a rope, that rope gets pretty hard to break. The thing about the brain is, it can't distinguish between good and bad habits. If the habit is meeting one of your needs, the brain is happy to keep using that habit as a method for getting what it wants, even if it's not good for you. This process can be detrimental to your health, as in the case of habitually eating junk food. Every time you do it, you strengthen that habitual rope. You might be thinking, well, that's great, but what do I do to fix this? The most basic answer is you have to form a replacement habit that satisfies the need that that bad habit is currently providing. Instead of going out for lunch, prepare your meals for the day, and if needed, leave your wallet at home. There are many great strategies that you can use to form new habits, and we'll cover those more thoroughly in future videos. But sticking with the analogy of the habit rope, every day that you choose the healthy alternative to eating junk food, you form one new string around that good habit rope, and you break one string off of the bad habit rope. Just know that the longer you do this, the easier it will get. Eventually, it will feel automatic. You'll find yourself eating healthy even when you don't feel like it. For instance, I began a workout routine some years ago. I had several false starts. I would work out for a few days or weeks, and then I would stop. I began to think that I just didn't have the self-discipline to stick with it. But then, eventually, after several failed attempts, something amazing happened. The habit finally formed. I've now been working out so long that it has become automatic to me. My brain has come to expect this routine, and if I don't feel like doing it one day, I still do it. I feel compelled to do it because of how ingrained this good habit is in my life now. And the same is possible for you. No matter what habit you want to change, you can form that new habit, one string at a time, one day at a time. and you can break that old habit, one string at a time, one day at a time. Remember, having good habits and rituals is a great substitute for motivation. You can do this. If you found this content valuable, subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on the new videos. Please feel free to suggest topics that you'd like us to cover in future videos in the comments. We would love to hear your ideas. Your ideas will help us in our mission to share inspirational strategies for a better life.